What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Northeast Florida Surf Fishing Forecast for this weekend. Let me fix this a little bit. Got some issues with a little bit of crookedness on the camera. First things first, dirty water in Jax Beach, Ponte Vedra. We've had a lot of south wind the last few days. Better water at Huguenot, Little Talbot. Reds are in the surf, drum are in the surf. Still whiting, plenty of sharks. But like I said, the dirty water really put a halt to the surf fishing for most of the area this week. But we're looking at a wind shift. We got a high pressure system building to the left, I'd say west coast of Florida. So we're gonna have light west winds the next 3 days in the morning, with the wind switching over to the east southeast in the afternoon. So hopefully that'll clean things up. The only drawback to that is, as each day, the tide's going to be getting lower later. Ideally, what we would like is for the low tide to be around noon, and then as the sea breeze kicks in, what's up, Big Ben? As the sea breeze kicks in, the tide comes in, and that usually cleans it up fast. But if it cleans up this weekend, guys, it's going to be pretty good, I think. The water is about 84, and that's from Flagler up to Fernandina. There's still mullet in the surf, so we get some clean water, those fish will be chewing. There's trout, Spanish mackerel, whiting, redfish, black drum, like I said. Mullets is the go-to bait right now, especially around the inlets and such. If you go in the river, if you got a boat and can go into the river, the mangrove, yeah, I am, Ben, hope you're doing good too. The mangrove snapper bite is phenomenal right now. Some of the 16, 17 inch mangroves coming up. They're hitting the mud minnows, finger mullet. Just look for structure and moving water. I've seen a lot of posts on social media the last 3 days where people are going out and absolutely crushing them. Nice fat fish. And if you haven't had mangrove snapper before, they're excellent eating. Also some snook around in the river right now hitting. I've been hooking up a few, got a 26 incher. Lost a few bigger than that, using large live shrimp. So the shrimp are starting to run pretty thick in the river. A lot of medium to small, but there's some big boys mixed in. Those snook love those big shrimp. But the main thing, Saturday morning, if you don't know, you'll know now. From 8 o'clock to 9:30, our 4th surf fishing seminar, me and Chip, AKA the Sinker Guy, will be meeting at 6th Avenue South. That is actually the location of the old Jacksonville Beach Pier. They got a big parking lot there. We've talked about it on Monday. We've put it on Facebook, but if you haven't seen it yet, this Saturday, 8 to 9:30, we'll be going over just the basics, because we're coming up on the time of year where fishing is really about to fire off in the surf. September, October, and November are 3 of my favorite months for surf fishing. Why? Because when the pompano come back south, they're usually twice the size they were in the spring. The redfish are fatter, the trout are fatter, the whiting are fatter. All the fish seem to be bigger. And the mullet run will start going down the beach, and there'll just be fish everywhere. So we'll be discussing pompano, whiting, reds, and how to target tarpon. Chip has a rig that he's been successful on, especially last year, catching tarpon on. So we're going to show you that. And if you have any questions, we tend to answer them. Right now, we got pretty good crowd coming, around 60, 65 or so, probably more. What we're going to do is we also have a free raffle that's going to be happening with some pretty cool baits and tackle that'll be given out. So you show up, we give you a raffle ticket, and at the end, we're going to go through them and call out the numbers. I think we're going to have a microphone set up as well, so me and Chip can talk. I think it's my daughter's I'm going to use. She has a little portable one that's pretty loud that my mom gave her. When she plays it in the house, it's quite loud, so hopefully outside. Oh man, I hate to hear that, Ben. You need to get that foot fixed. We're going to use the microphone. That way everyone isn't having to crowd shoulder to shoulder with the resurgence in COVID. We don't want to make anybody uncomfortable at the beach. We are outside. If you want to wear a mask, no problem. Wear it. It's a personal decision, so we're not going to force you to wear one or not wear one. So you make that choice, and we're going to show how to hook the live shrimp, how to hook the clam, how to hook blue crab, and hopefully I'm going to bring my cast net. Hopefully the water will clean up some so we can get some mullet. We'll show you how to hook those up. A few different ways to hook them. But this week's been a little slow. I'm sure if you live in Northeast Florida and been outside, you know how hot it's been. My line of work, which is landscaping, the last few days feels like I sweated about 40 pounds off. So it'll be nice to actually talk fishing and not cutting grass Saturday morning. That's about all I got, guys. Water's dirty right now. Pier progress is coming along as well. I think they put in a few more pylons. They're actually they're not too far from where they'll start working on the actual end of the pier. So they're moving right along. It's going to be much higher, about 8 foot higher than the pre-damaged pier. So if you never fished the pier before it got damaged, you wouldn't know the difference. But for those of us who fished it all the time, we're going to need longer ropes on our nets to pull up these fish. But if it helps the pier stay there a lot longer, that's great. We'll also be on the radio Saturday morning on the Florida Sportsman Show with Roger Walker. I'll be calling in. We'll be discussing the seminar, so tune in. It's a good show. Roger and Rick, they really know their stuff. They've been fishing these waters a long time. They really know their offshore stuff. I'm not an offshore guy, I'm an inshore guy. But I don't mind eating offshore fish, especially wahoo. That's one of my favorite. But we look forward to seeing everyone there. If you can't come, the plan right now is to record it as well. We're probably gonna try to record it and maybe even have someone live at the same time so we can get as many angles as possible. But if you can't come and if you miss it, we're gonna have it on YouTube. That's the hope. It seems like with these things, you go in with guns a-blazing and then you have a technical difficulty. YouTube Ben, good to hear from you. Need to fish soon. As you can say, anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and that tends to happen, but let's hope that's not the case this Saturday. So if you can't make it, we'll have it on the YouTube. And this won't be the, what's up, Surfmonger? This won't be the only, this is the 4th seminar we've done this year. We already have 2 other places that want us to put on a seminar. So, okay, right? Oh, okay, cool, Ryan. We have 2 other places that have actually asked me and Chip about putting on a seminar at their place. So that'll be coming up too. And of course, we'll have it on Facebook and YouTube so you know. But if you can't make this one, don't fret. There'll be more in the future. What would be nice is if we can get past all this COVID mess and around October, November, we can have a big beach meetup for the broken reel people and the sinker guy people, maybe a cookout or something, and throw some mullet in the surf and catch some big trout and big reds, because into October there are some serious fish cruising the surf eating those mullet. So we'll see what happens. With that being said, guys, can't wait to see everyone there on Saturday. And tight lines.